Everybody. Welcome back to the Steadfast podcast. Um, we are back in Carline with me today. Um, I'm going to tell you, it's been a crazy few days in my house. We've had a few people go down with the flu, and I cannot believe that here we are at the end of May. And we're in South Carolina. I mean, it is not cold. It's 95. My thing says it's 95 degrees out. And we are dealing with the flu right now. What is going on? And all of my kids are in our public schools here. Um, I was talking to the teachers, and they were just like, the amount of sick kids is just unbelievable right now. So it's weird, but we've hunkered down the last few days, and I'll tell you, the ones who aren't. We have a rule in my house that if somebody's sick, and I've got 5 kids, so if somebody's sick, then no one gets to go to like a friend's house because I'm just not going to be that mom that's sending this gift of the flu to somebody else's house. So they all were a little bit, the ones who weren't sick on Friday, they came home with all their plans for the weekend, and they were really annoyed for just a little bit that they weren't going to get to go and be with their friends over the weekend. But you know what happened? On Saturday and Sunday, they played together. Like, they built a huge fort in one of the bedrooms and all slept in it. They all, even the ones who were sick in bed, like my kids all like to play, I guess they're playing Roblox. I don't know what the game is they're playing, but anyway, they all have a profile and they're all playing in the same game together, which was pretty cool too. So anyway, it was kind of, there was a little silver lining around the weekend because they really did spend some time together and kind of remember like, oh, I like these people. So that was good. And we just spent the weekend watching movies and all of that stuff, it's nice to be able to kind of downshift once you get everybody feeling just a little better, you know. But today I just want to take a couple minutes while I'm in Carline, and I want to kind of pull back the curtain, and I want to let you in on the why behind what we do at Steadfast. This episode isn't going to be about techniques or tools, but we've just been talking a lot about like our heart and our culture these last few months, and I want to share with you the story that's brought us here. And so if you're curious about what makes Steadfast different, or if you're just wondering like what kind of a place we are, then this episode's for you. Okay. So Steadfast started officially about 3 years ago. And honestly, it feels so long ago. I was on a call with just a group of practice owners a while ago, and there was a person on the call who was a business coach that had been in a group with like a few years back, maybe even 4 years ago before Steadfast even started. And I was just like, I know I was in that group, but it feels like ages ago. But she was so great. I mean, she actually helped me name the practice. Like, she's been so influential in the systems and things and all of that type of stuff. So I'm really thankful for her and for that group. Because I don't think we would be a practice if it weren't for the work that she's doing in the world. She's a Christian practice owner, and I kind of got connected with her and just kind of realized like, oh, I can build this thing. And so it was great to sit in that call today. I mean, so many people just doing so many like things around the country, such great work being done. I was so inspired. So it was great. But it did make me think like, it feels like ages ago. But Steadfast started as a vision, like just a deep desire to create a space that offered clinically excellent care that was also faith integrated. I didn't feel like we had that in our area to the degree that I wanted to see it. And so I wanted a space where people could come as they are with their stories, their questions, and the wrestle of all of it, and be met with care that honors both their emotional life and their spiritual life. Again, like I felt like there were places that may have been hitting both of those elements, but I didn't see a place where I felt like it was like hitting it in one under one roof. But also, I just want to also say that even though we have Steadfast Christian Counseling as our name, what's very important to me and all of our people who work at Steadfast is we have a center that honors every person, no matter what their faith background is, no matter what they believe. We want them to realize that they're not going to be judged here. We're going to sit with them. We're going to walk with them. We're not going to try to push the Christian faith on them. So that is definitely something that we hold very high. So I want to tell you, for those of you who know me, you know this about me, but I grew up the daughter of a pastor in a very small town in West Virginia. And I just got to see firsthand how emotionally stretched my parents were. Ministry is beautiful, but it can be exhausting. And back then there weren't a lot of resources, and honestly, mental health still had such a stigma, and there's just a lot of bootstrapping and all of that. But I watched my parents carry way too much weight. And at the time, I knew they were carrying a lot of weight. I saw the stress on them, but it wasn't until like I went through my training that I realized, like, oh my gosh, they had no support. They had no one helping them in the way that I'm able to help people now. So part of why Steadfast exists is because I want the churches in Charleston to have a partner. I want people who are walking those roles out right now in my community to have a partner. I want them to have a trusted resource. I want them to have somewhere to turn when someone in their congregation is hurting. I want them to realize that they have resources in our community. So we want to be the place that pastors and ministry leaders refer people to and feel confident that we are going to take care of people deeply and well. And also we're going to take care of pastors and leaders deeply and well also. I've also worked on staff at a church, and so I've sat in the meetings. I've been behind the curtain. I've seen how many needs are represented in like just a few days, and really it's overwhelming. And so often churches want to help, but they don't always have the training or the resources to support the emotional and mental health side of things. And that's where we come in. We are very passionate about deeply partnering with churches. We want to resource churches. We want to give you that trauma-informed training so that you can care well for your people within your scope. And we also want you to know us well so that when it goes outside of your scope and into our scope, we can partner with you to really support your congregation. And that line of scope of practice is something that we teach and something that's really important to us. I saw this thing on Facebook the other day where like you could become a certified Christian counselor, and you could do it with no clinical degree, no licensure, just a few weeks of training, and those types of things just like knock me out of my seat every time I see them. It's irresponsible. That's honestly, to me, like that's where people get hurt, is when we have people stepping in calling themselves counselors, but they don't have the degree, they don't have the training, they don't have the continued education, they don't have the license, they don't have all of these things that we like not only work to attain, but then we work to continue to have. And there's a lot that goes into that. And so at Steadfast, every therapist is licensed. And we've all gone through an undergraduate program, a master's program, licensing exams, and we're all doing our continuing ed and staying up with that. We do not play fast and loose with that. And in addition to that, we're getting trainings and certifications in specific modalities. And so clinical excellence is a non-negotiable here. But I want to also say that it's also warm. I mean, for those of you watching on YouTube right now, I am literally in my sweats sitting in car line. And for people who know me personally, you know that like this is my like uniform of choice. Like I am very serious about my sweatpants and my sweats. Like I am in my comfies most of the time. If I go speak or I'm out, you'll see me in like work clothes. But like most days when I'm working in my home office, I am in my comfies. And I've always been that way all the way through school. And it's because I really have a high value on authenticity and non stuffiness in the way that I am, in the way that I present myself, in the fact that I have not worked to like get rid of my country mess in my voice. I feel like these things, when I am around people who are real and authentic and show themselves the way that they are, I let my guard down and I'm able to relax. And so I want Steadfast to feel like someone's home. And I believe now we are there in that place. I was talking to the team this morning. I want this place to feel like a friend's living room. Like I said before, I would literally probably I would live my whole life in sweats if I could. And that is the kind of vibe that we have at Steadfast. It's not stuffy. It's not overly clinical. We take the work seriously, but we don't take ourselves seriously. And that's the difference. When a client walks through the door, I want them to feel like they can exhale. I want them to feel like they can get a cup of our filtered water, grab a book off the shelf and look at it, go down the hall, go to the bathroom. I want them to feel at home when they come into our space. They can drop the performance. They can drop the weight. They can just be exactly where they are. And I think that that is where healing begins. From a clinical perspective, we're rooted in attachment theory, which is kind of what I've been talking about. It's a fancy way of saying we care about connection. We believe people heal in the context of safe, secure relationships. So whether we're working with trauma, anxiety, relational distress, or just day-to-day overwhelm, we are paying attention to how the nervous system is doing. We're asking, what does safety look like for this person? How can we co-regulate with them? And what would it look like for them to experience acceptance, not just insight? That's big. This isn't quick fix therapy. This is work that is slow and deep and lasting and safe. And let me just say, our team, I love our team. We're building a culture where authenticity is not optional. To work at Steadfast, whether you're on the clinical team or the admin team, you got to be the real deal. You've got to be present. You got to leave your pride at the door. We support each other. We challenge each other. And we laugh a lot as well. I've been on a lot of teams in my life. I've spent most of my life playing sports, coaching teams. And I knew when I started Steadfast that the team aspect has to be there. This is how I believe health happens, is we all get to operate within our gifting, within our role. We come together, we collaborate under a shared foundation of respect and trust. That has to be there. And there is a shared vision and mission for this community that ties it all together. We're not perfect. We're learning, but we are real. And that goes a long way. So if you're listening and you're wondering, is Steadfast the right fit for me? Here's what I want you to know. If you're longing for therapy that holds both emotional depth and spiritual care, if you've been hurt by the church and you're still trying to untangle what you believe, if you're carrying trauma that no one else has seemed to understand, if you've tried therapy that feels cold or clinical or rushed, then I think you're going to find a safe place here. I'm really proud of this team. I'm proud of what we're building. I'm excited for where we're going in the future. I'm thankful to the Lord that He has given me this opportunity to do this at this time in my life. Honestly, like, There are ups and downs and highs and lows, but it's a joy to be able to do this work with these people in this city, in this time. There's something cool happening, and I'm really excited to be a part of it. So thanks for listening. Thanks for giving me a few minutes while I'm in Carline. Thanks for letting me share my heart about this practice and this work that the Lord's called me to. If anything in this episode resonated with you, or if you want to start therapy, or if you're a therapist out there and you're like, man, this sounds like a great place to work, give us a shout. Go to our website. If you want to schedule, you can click the Book Now button. You can schedule a free consultation with one of our therapists. You can find all the information about our practice on our website. Go look through the blogs. You're going to find a lot of things there as well. One more thing before you go. Make sure you just listen to the end of this episode, not only because you get to hear my sweet kids in the outro. You'll also hear from some of our team members about what being a part of Steadfast means to them, and how the heart of this place shows up in their work day to day. I think their words will give you an even deeper sense of the culture we're building here. So until next time, be kind to yourself. Hopefully you're in some comfy clothes this week. We'll see you soon.